Okay, so 72. This is our heartbeat. This is the minute digits in our hands. Um, this is the Earth as a sphere. Still don't know how to mathematically prove it to all you flat earthers, but try to follow along. I'm just teasing. Um, so we got this thing called gyroscopic precession. I think it's why little Jewish kids play with dreidels to learn how the Earth spins. But you got a bulge that goes that way. I'm sorry, the outer bulge goes this way, and here you could do something really cool here to get the diameter. You can take how do we do it again? You can take 24 times 33, your spine, and that should give you 792, and you can do harmony of the spheres and you get that. That's a good way to remember the Earth's diameter. Yeah, I think that's right. And so you got this outer spin 24 hours a day, and this is 72 years for one day. Okay, this is scale invariant to our heartbeat, average human lifespan, almost the percentage of water on our body and on Earth. It's pretty cool. So now this whole study right here is the Platonic year, or the zodiac. Zodiac. And of course the zodiac is that man inside of a wheel with that manger around him, or that house of animals, or that zoo. And man, I really believe that all this knowledge, what listen to my videos, came up from taking mushrooms. And when you think about the constellations in the sky, you look up in the sky sober and you don't see constellations popping out of you. I mean, you see the stars and the shapes that you've taught, but you don't actually see what these guys were seeing. You take a good dose of mushrooms and you're going to have a little bit more of a vision up there. I don't know. So let's see here. So I covered some tuning there and the Pythagorean octaves and how it's related to this harmony of the sphere things. All of the minutes of the day and the hours of the day and stuff are all going to be associated with these numbers right here. Everybody knows this symbol, or not everybody, but many people do. This is going to be found in Islamic, Christian, Judeo-Christian, Hindu. It doesn't make a difference where you go. New Agers you're gonna see this symbol. It's called the star tetrahedron. Sometimes it's called the Star of David, but there's 1,440 degrees in it, and this pattern is found all through it in nature, in the micro and the macrocosm, in flowers and in the top of Jupiter and all kinds of cool, or Saturn, maybe Saturn. That is basically, you can take your digits times your heartbeat, and you get this number right there. So that's another cool way to remember that. You can take your hand, your 5 primary digits, times your heartbeat, and you get 360. 360, which is the degrees in which the sun moves, and we get all those polygon shapes out of. And of course, if you notice all these numbers, they're going to add up. 3 plus 6 is 9. Almost all these numbers that you find out in this equation are going to if you do 72 times that 360, of course you get the, 25,920? Is that right? The whole entire great year cycle. And inside of that, the seasons of the great year correspond with a bunch of the polygons and the Platonic solids. And if you study the Kali Yuga, and gosh, what are they all called? I can't even remember the names of all those. But you study these things right here, and it starts to make sense. The cube, the square here, has got a ton of great information in it. You just take a cube like this, and you know it also has 360 degrees. Let's turn it into a Metatron. I'm sorry, this is a square, and it has 360 degrees. Let's turn it into a cube and open it up. Okay. Boom. And you got 6 times 360 is going to be 2160. That is 1 age of zodiac, one age and one of the signs. And this is Christian as well, because if you study John Allegro's work, who read and deciphered the Dead Sea Scrolls, they pulled out a big, zodiac depiction of the Christ, or the Anointed One in the wheel, who teaches this information, hidden logic. These were like mystery schools, man. You had to be anointed and certified to get in there. If you look at the Gates of Zion, there's one, oops, gosh, I can't draw very good. There's one doorway, there's a bigger doorway, and there's a smaller doorway. And they got and all three of those doorways are shaped like a mushroom, and you'll see the all-seeing eye over the top of it, the Gates of Zion. Oops. You just gotta look up a picture. Those arches and those angles are shaped like mushrooms and stuff. I think these guys were totally getting to know themselves and deeply studying space and time in themselves, and how the proportions of our body reflect the universe. And what is the universe? But it's one long run-on sentence. Universe, or word, or the logos, energy, frequency, vibration, cosmic wave phenomenon. 432, baby. Hertz. All the sacred tones and all that stuff, all the sacred bowls, and like indigenous Indians would tune in their instruments to this and stuff. And it's pretty cool that they happen to make beautiful geometry when you do a somatic experiment as well. If you look at Bethsaida, which is like a fishing village, and they used to study there, you'll see a big zodiac on the floor. Inside of Simon Peter's home, you'll see a big zodiac on the floor. The Pythagoreans used to put that thing on their palm to get into the mystery schools. And of course, you got 540 and the degrees of that thing there, and you got your gnomon triangle and your golden gnomon and your acute and obtuse triangles. But you can go to 108 and then 216. Hey, there's that number right there. So this is how this is associated with that. And this is the knowledge of the Gnostic cross, with man anthropomorphized on it in the middle of the zodiac wheel. We have 365 days on the calendar, but we have the 5 days of solstice, 5 days of solstice, which are to the sun. He's in the line of Judah. I don't know if it's still there, but he used to be in Leo during the summer, and he'd be most high. And then, of course, for 3 days, it dies on the cross between the two thieves, which is Sagittarius and Capricorn, because there's no vegetation in the northern hemisphere growing. And then you can go out like really early in the morning on Christmas morning. We'll go out Christmas Eve, and here's the horizon. You'll see Orion come up on the horizon, and then this star will point to the one of the brightest stars, the Eastern Star, and those three stars will line up with the Great Pyramids on that day, and the Wise Men's Pyramids. And they travel across from the east, and then in that same spot where the dog star Sirius rises, the Virgo will rise. And I noticed it happens at about 3:30 in the morning, which is the witching hour, the induction hour, the hour that the Earth's magnetic field comes back and starts to protect us from the sun's rays and cosmic crud. But Yeah, and those pyramids, of course, are amplifying all that good stuff. I'm going to make another video.